This is Brothers Talking Shit podcast, episode 171. If you don't know, after 171 episodes, who I am the Flesh Man. Some still call me the Fat Boy. I'm still calling them Broadish, and I'm still your Huckleberry. Holla at me.
And I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, aka the king of controversial comments. I said what I said. Don't at me unless you're trying to cut the check.
What's good? It's your boy Jay, Mr. I-95. Say what you said, because I might pull up on you.
Mm.
Hey, yo, this your boy Dre B, aka King Mello, aka King Mr. Hold on, let me Google that. Turn me up in the headphones. I'm ready to pod.
Let's go.
It's your guy, Cool Mike, aka Dr. Mike, aka the People's Podiatrist.
He is.
And we are coming to you as a collective. We are actually known as the Prophetic Podcast.
We are.
And we are just some brothers talking shit.
With your cool ass.
Ew.
Man.
That kind of
I'm feeling good, baby.
right there.
I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good.
In here, Shorty, in here.
This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 171. We ain't talking, no, well, we about to talk some shit, but we not even joking around right now. Steve Smith out here wilding. Iceberg, man. Break it down from what's Steve Smith out here doing, man?
Hey, man. So, I put my Ravens hat on for a reason, right? If you don't know, after 171 episodes, I'm a diehard Baltimore Ravens fan because that's my city. Not only am I from Baltimore, I'm from South Baltimore, right? Cherry Hill to be more specific. Man, listen. It's been a wild offseason for the Baltimore Ravens, right? We talked a little bit about Justin Tucker, right? You know what I'm saying? Sizzle down in Arizona Wild. They calling people outside their names, right? He just played guilty to it. And we just like everything on Twitter is like, how many days can we go without an incident? It has been zero for the past 2 weeks. And yesterday, what happened was Steve Smith was caught out there allegedly, because it's always alleged until it's confirmed, allegedly caught out there by a gentleman who said that Steve Smith was sleeping with his wife. Man, look, the bro is wilding. He got screenshots, audio. I'm not an analyst. I don't know any of the technical things, but it did sound like Steve Smith Sr. when he just said, "I'm sorry." I'm just saying, I watched the brother on TV. When I live in the world where deep fakes is a thing, right? I see Drake turn into Tupac and Snoop, right, on the tailor-made freestyle. So it may or may not have been Steve Smith. But if you're asking me, did it sound like Steve Smith? The answer is yes. Did I call that number? Maybe I called that number. Maybe it was Steve Smith's number. Maybe it wasn't. But yeah, he out here wilding, man. Cool, what you got, man? Because I know, like, it's bad.
I mean, I'm sorry, my man. It was Tony Martinez. This is the guy that.
Oh, that's not a legend. That's definitely his name. His name is Antonio Martinez. But his wife's name is Nikki Martinez. Yeah.
Tony Martinez sent out a series of tweets yesterday, I believe. Almost as funny as it sent it out was like the people he tagged. I don't know. People talking about clout chasing and all of this stuff, but the fact is he talked about how his wife works for the Marching Ravens. That's the marching band. Well, if you know, this past season, there was a former Raven, a.k.a. Steve Smith Sr., that actually was the director of the marching band at one of the little halftime performances. It's a pretty cool thing to see him out there.
So that was the Buffalo game. If I had to guess, it was the night Buffalo game. Right?
Something
so we're talking about week 4. Got it.
That's right.
Yep.
He said she met Steve Smith at work, and he said he'd been boinking his wife. He said he got the receipts. Like Ralph said, he had a video of him calling allegedly Steve Smith allegedly saying I'm sorry. Hey man, you boinking my wife, and Steve Smith said, "What? You ain't got nothing to say." And Steve Smith said, "I'm sorry." So now it's gonna be like, Steve, I'm sorry, Smith Sr. It's gonna be one of those things. He got texts of it. There's selfies of Steve Smith doing the old man selfie, you know, and with his face just like in the picture. And he tagged people like the Ravens, tagged people like NFL Network and the Panthers, but he also tagged, which I thought was funny, AB, right?
Antonio Brown, yeah.
ESPN, and it got some traction. AB posted it. What you want me? What you tag me for? But he reposted the things that the guy posted, and it went viral. He did exactly what he said. So, and even made Steve Smith Sr. the N-word of the day. If you're Antonio Brown got the N-word of the day, he made him the N-word of the day off of this yesterday. But it's really a hot mess in this bad pub. If it's true, indeed, and it seems like to be.
It seems to be true though. I mean, I saw a video yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it was a deep fake, where the woman was playing the trumpet and she had the words "ice up" son on the flute. So I'm pretty sure it was a fake.
You said ice up?
Yeah, that was
Ice
Steve
Up,
Smith
son.
joint.
Yeah, I
Ice
remember,
up,
I
son.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yo, like it's
you got-
graphic, bro. It is really graphic. Dre, go ahead.
I mean,
What you got, Dre?
they only gonna show it on X, so on Twitter, whatever you want to call it, because everywhere else ain't gonna show it.
So, like the way that I see it, right? First of all, I'm not surprised at all that Steve Smith was boinking this man's wife. Like that doesn't surprise me at all.
Right.
But hey, bro, everything ain't for the internet, bro. Like what? Like what are you sharing it for? I mean, I don't condone illegal activity, but I'm just saying, if Steve Smith was boinking your wife, why don't you blackmail him like normal people do? You come over the internet.
Because Steve Smith don't care.
What are we doing? Like, come on. And I'm not, you got him on the phone and you talking all tough. I'm just not impressed by a telephone tough guy. Because if Steve Smith was standing in front of you, your tone would be a little bit different. All right. So don't try to get me with the internet tough guy and, oh, what do you got to say for yourself? Now, you know that if Steve Smith was standing in front of you, he'd clean your clock. So don't talk tough on the phone. But I'm just saying, if he was going to, share that information, he might have wanted to try to get a bag before he shared the information. Not saying that I condone blackmail at all.
Well, he not gonna get a bag. He gonna get an ass whooping. That's what I caught from that. Steve Smith hit him with the "I'm sorry, but when I see you later on." First of all, Steve Smith hit him with the "I'm laying in the bed next to my wife right now, so I can't even really get with you like I want to get with you."
He definitely hit him with the "ooh."
I'm sorry, but that "I'm sorry" is like when Puff asked Kanye where he was at. Like, what's your location, bro? I just want to talk.
I just want to hug on you. I just want to love on you.
Yeah, put some love on you. Right. Listen, Steve Smith gonna put his hand, but you called Mr. Martinez a gentleman. No, he's no gentleman. He's very broadish, very much so. At the end of the day, as much as you, first of all, you going off emotion. You're very emotional right now. That's why you put that out there. You moving off emotions, and all that really says is to me like, well, damn, she talking to him like that. She would have talked like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's talking to you like that.
It's bad because a bunch of things can be true. Like nobody wants to be on the receiving end of finding out your lady did whatever, right? We've said before in the past, there's some men we stay, through certain things no matter what. But if I was his big brother, uncle, friend, I would have told him keep it off too, because just like you said, we say clout chase, but like I respect a link in the bio that got something for sale on the clout chase tip. Like you can't have an empty link in the bio and the clout, it ain't gonna get you. You ain't finna be on talk shows talking. You're gonna be talked about. So it's tough to have your therapy.
And that's
now
the twist.
I get he trying to embarrass her, and maybe it was his only recourse. You know what I mean? So
but he's embarrassing himself at the same time.
But he might not care. You gotta care about something. I don't know. Like, have I been cheated on before? Let's be vulnerable, right? Like, anybody here not been cheated on before? Sure, but like, dog, that's crazy. I remember a famous person in Baltimore paged me back in the early 90s asking me did I sleep with his girlfriend. Right? He asked me that after I called him back. And it's
I'm sorry.
we're not gonna do it. What so let me tell you what 17-year-old Rel learned in that lesson. Shut the fuck up, right? Because I shared what I did with somebody I thought I was close with. And JB lucky he ain't here because that was his man's for real, right? Like he lucky he ain't here, but like that could have been a whole thing for me, right? Like, and I mean he's that Baltimore famous, right? Like it could have been a whole thing for me.
And he still act like you know, like it would have been a thing too.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
See, I'm from the era where if I get that call and you ask me about that, who? I don't even know who that is. And I'm to the grave with it. I'm cut from that cloth.
Correct. I was like that with the gentleman and I didn't admit to anything, right? But I was like, oh, I said something. Like at that point, it was like, let me do my shit by myself.
He definitely went to Steve Smith Sr. as a woman.
Right, yeah. What's it, Shirley? This is
Shirley. You definitely came to Shirley as a woman. Brenda.
Woman to woman. Yo, what the fuck is wrong with Buddy?
Steve gonna see him about that. Definitely.
Let me do one more before we get off.
You can't.
Go ahead, cool.
Let me do Mr. Antonio Martinez apparently like hacked his wife. What's his name?
Facebook page.
Facebook.
Yes.
Said, I won't be a Martinez much longer. You see, I have been cheating on my husband. I've been doing it with the very famous Steve Smith Sr. Pics attached for reference. I had him hidden. My husband bought. This is what I was like. He lucky he ain't crashed out in a she lucky he ain't crashed out in a different way. Yep. He said, my husband bought me a house. He stood by me after being arrested twice for domestic violence. I don't know about that husband. He said, we pay him and our son. Messages with Steve. Crazy messages, blah, blah, blah. So,
but see, that's another selfish thing he did, because when you put that out there, y'all got a child. So y'all child might go to school or whatever.
100%.
Them texts was graphic though.
I wonder if he put it in Chat GPT though. Like, did he put the message in Chat GPT before he put it on Facebook?
Yeah, she was talking.
How many do you think of the kids' friends showed up with a Steve Smith jersey?
That's not something that go away. That's not something that go away, bro.
No,
that's going to live with him.
It ain't never going away.
Bro, this ain't hit the news cycle yet. This happened yesterday on Saturday. Monday is coming.
We didn't even get it on TV.
All the way selfish.
I don't even think the Chad and talk about it, or they on a mini vacation.
Bro,
oh yeah, this is the slow week after the Super Bowl or after the All-Star weekend where everybody go missing for a couple weeks.
It's about to be.
I need Oaken and goddamn Ocho, and I need Killer and Murder.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait. Shout out to them, boy. I can't wait. And then of course the JBP. I can't wait till them to address it. This is gonna be live for me. I can't wait, bro. This is gonna be legit. But I'm gonna get our content out there first. I promise.
But main man put his son. He put his son in. That's not. He real emotional. He put his son out there. I'm not I don't have the specifics of that. I haven't ever read that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I might share that with the group. But I'm the world. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not giving the world that.
The world is crazy.
No, ain't no way. I'm sorry.
He said AB first. Like, let me give it to this.
He didn't think it was
because AB with the bullshit.
Right. Then he typed ESPN. I was like, damn, Steve's gonna go and work for ESPN. That's crazy.
Right.
Like, dog. Yo, that's nuts, man. And before we move on to the next thing, please refer to the disclaimer at the front of the show. This is all for entertainment and entertainment purposes only. Go ahead, Flush, man.
All right. A$AP Rocky not going to jail.
Free.
The thrillest part was Rihanna and that snapping on whoever she was snapping on. Rihanna got to be the thrillest one. Just there's something about her that's just so thorough. But A$AP Rocky not going to jail for apparently being accused of shooting
A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky.
What?
Who is he?
A$AP Rocky. That's his name.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah.
what is he
I never heard a song. Like, do he rap?
Right, I never heard of A$AP Rocky till this.
I didn't know what A$AP mean, but anyway, right? Like, whatever.
What? So I'm not the only one because I have no clue.
Yeah,
I have no clue what
only A$APs I know is Ferg, Rocky, and the one that died.
Who?
Yeah.
One of them passed away.
Yams.
Yeah.
Oh, Yams. Yeah. Recipe Yams. Yeah.
I don't even know.
Y'all know more A$APs than I do because the only ones I know is Ferg and Rocky. That's it.
What was the rally dude claiming that he did he actually shoot him? Was it not a gun? I heard he was lying. I couldn't really get into the whole shebang, but I'm you happy when it's a not guilty plea if somebody ain't do something that they.
I'm not sure of what it all consisted of, but I know that he was offered 6 months of probation or 3 years of probation, and whatever his whatever they offered him as a
6 months of jail time, 3 years of probation.
right was like he said no, which most
Right.
people, if you in the mix of something like that, it seemed like light work.
That's steeped in
Like,
racism, but we can move on from that. But go ahead. I got you.
well, put
But
out
go
some
ahead.
music, Rocky. Rocky, can we get an album?
I mean, well, Rocky lay down every night with a woman that put $1 billion on the board, like
Yeah,
with a capital B.
right.
So,
Mhm.
like, if I'm Rocky, man, fuck that studio. Y'all ain't getting no album. Y'all ain't getting nothing else. What y'all gonna get is another Rihanna baby. If I'm ASAP,
Indeed. So now hold on, that takes me where we gonna go somewhere, but we going somewhere right after that. Neo. So Neo has added a fourth woman to
Oh,
his.
we moving? We moving on? We past
Oh, y'all
ASAP?
had some else for ASAP?
ASAP's good. He's not guilty.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
got
yeah.
it. All right, on the Neo. Got it.
Neo, who's added a fourth woman to whatever he got going on over there. How do y'all see this Neo situation as far as him having four? I don't know if they all are they his wives
No.
their
legally?
girlfriends.
Well,
Somebody
well,
go ahead, Jay.
I mean, technically, wives, no, but your wife got a wife, and then the wife got a girlfriend. uh is the situation. I'm actually happy for it. I want this thing to be successful. I want this thing to flourish because it just opens the minds of the curiosity of what can be and what's the definition of a happy relationship, right? Uh as my brother is over there shaking his
I'm
head.
shaking my head agreeing with you, Jay. So we're gonna be here for a while because I got a lot for this one. Go ahead,
So
bro.
I'm actually happy. I want to see what happens because, I'm one of those type of persons. I don't believe in traditional. Like I believe that you can have another wife or you can have a sister wife. Bring that third or fourth income into there, make everyone happy. Um, my sister wife is helping raise your kids while you're a flight attendant or whatever you may be doing, and then I'm raising your kids while you're going to work because you're a night nurse or you're a trauma nurse and we're all living together happily under one roof. So I
Cool.
want to see this thing flourish and just go.
Cool. Before you get him, cool, because I know you're about to get him. I'm gonna make it real short and sweet. We all had one woman, right?
Yes.
How hard is it to keep her ass happy? So, as much as this fairy tale you selling, Jay, it sounds. Hold
I
on,
mean,
I know. I see you. Calm down. You'll get your turn, iceberg. You said you got plenty on it. As much as it seems. From the way you describe it, it sounds wonderful. But it takes a very special group of women to pull that off. And no matter, it takes a special kind of paycheck also. And no matter how much, no matter how happy it seems, to me, it got
I
it
got
takes
a
a
couple.
special set of circumstances for that to happen. Everybody can't pull that off. Everybody's not going to get that. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not hard. I mean, what pause? But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Pause.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
How
yo.
many women? Hold on, because I'm gonna let y'all cook. Let me and Jay one on one real quick. How I don't. Are you in a relationship, Jay?
no.
Okay. So you, what's the longest relationship you've been in?
Oh, I was married.
Okay, but okay, so it can be challenges sometimes to keep one woman happy. I'm not saying all the time, but it comes times the dips, the ups and downs of a relationship. It can be a little challenging as you learn your wife or whatever. It can be a little challenging.
But that wife has a friend that she talks to, right? So
Mhm.
that person, whoever that next confidant is, could be in the same house with you.
Mm.
Huh?
Yeah.
That confident could be whoever she turns to talk when she doesn't talk to you about her problems, she talks to someone else, and it's not Jesus. So it's another woman, right, that she talks to that could be in that relationship with you.
I'm not going because
No.
me and Jake go a
So,
long time with this.
so,
So I'm gonna let
so,
cool. What you got,
Go
cool?
ahead,
so,
cool.
so, so just a couple things. All right. So somebody actually it was a woman, and I don't know her name, but like it was one of somebody Neo baby mother. Somebody actually tweeted something, and she said something that made sense to me actually in this issue. She said. This is not like an attack on polyamorous relationships. So this is not an attack on poly. She basically was like, this dude just buying girlfriends, which is a little different than what Jay actually, mentioned. You
Referring to,
got
right?
a wife, and I'm trying to add to somebody now. You look at the girls, no disrespect to nobody, but like they don't look like they bringing nothing to the table but ass and IG pictures. respectfully, right? Now I know he jokingly talked about, this person cleaning clothes, this person cooking up. Man, you gotta be kidding me. Now, if you're one lady, you ask her what she wanted to eat. Y'all know how that's gonna go, right? Now, add 3 more to that situation. What are they getting paid? What's the stipend? You know this ain't finna last through 2025. We already know this, right? Neo, the same dude, respectfully, that had a lady that he told get her tubes tied only to go out and have a baby by another lady. This dude ain't the coolest cucumber, going beforehand. So some dudes live like this and ain't got no money per se, right? Sometimes we just talked about situations and wasn't nobody, you know what I mean? Wasn't no numbers on the board back then. They was regular situations, happening in general. So some dudes can pull and do their thing and be truthful. I think it's a big difference between being upfront, truthful, dating multiple, right? There was a point where I, you don't lie, but you don't tell the whole truth to the one I was dating that became my wife later. She'll tell anybody that the moment I told her the truth about dating multiple before we got super exclusive and before we went to, me and proposing, was a good thing for her. It was an eye-opening to be like, at least you can let me decide where I'm going to fall in this pecking order, right? And so it just doesn't look like the same way we might look at somebody else that might be de-disciplined enough to choose an appropriate woman to actually come in and build as a unit, or 2 or 3. It don't look like how when a Muslim guy is going out and getting his second or third wife. It looks different, right? It don't look like how somebody from Africa or anybody else or Utah, wherever they do polyamorous relationships, it don't look like him going out and seeking. It's just like you got 4 IG baddies that ain't, whatever, and we going to the award show. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. What you selling, Neo? Right? You need a link in the bio. Make some music, bro. You know what I mean? Because it ain't gonna last long.
Go ahead, Dre. No. You got a lot to say. Sometimes when you got the best verse, you let him go last. Like,
go
ahead, Dre.
So I got a couple. So the first thing on this, Neo, I don't care how many women you add to your flock or stable or relationship, whatever you want to call it. You're never gonna outrun the rumors. I'm just gonna leave that right there.
Ooh.
So it doesn't matter, right? My second point, right, would be this is gonna end bad. However it ends, it's gonna end bad. And Netflix is already preparing for the documentary. Okay. One of these women was getting abused. She was getting mentally taken advantage of. Like, Neo, have you not seen what has happened to every other black man that was kind of coloring outside the lines? Like, bro, this is going to end extremely bad for him. So he might want to cut his losses, you know what I'm saying, while he can, before his entire career is ruined. That's just my take on it.
Thanks, Bird.
So we had a mini pod yesterday, and I wish it was recorded. So I got to do a better job of having my content creation device around me at all times, because for the world to know, brothers talking happens every day, all day, 7 days a week, 24 hours. We live on other sides of the country, other sides of the world, for real. And yeah, this happens all the time. So y'all, this is an hour and a half glimpse of what happens 24/7, 365.
Right.
And when we link up, it's literally, you know what I'm saying, brothers talking shit in person, which is actually the origin of this podcast, truthfully. Happened on my brother's porch a few years back. So
it did. That is where it started.
Yeah,
that is right.
Yeah. So thinking about as monogamous men, right, or men who are in a single relationship with a woman, I try to be open to everything in the world around me, right, to include everything: politics, religion, relationships, right? I applaud Neo for going out there and doing it out there in the open, right? Because all the others that we're talking about in this contentious space that we're in try to do it behind closed doors, right? And Neo is a really famous singer. In the grand scheme of things, he's still Neo, right? And he got bangers for a long time. He had a song that he put out. He did it on his tiny desk, and then he put the single out called "2 Million Secrets," where he's basically confessing to what he got in trouble with his ex-wife. I think her name is Crystal Frenay. She used to be a Wild 'N Out girl, and he had a couple different kids by her. To now really coming to his own and deciding that he doesn't want to be in a singular monogamous relationship, and you having all these women around, right? So you had three. You're obviously going on tour because you're a performer and they're around. But then to Cool's point, like asking all of them what he want to do for dinner. But if it's somebody's role to cook the dinner, you don't even have to ask that question. You're not even answering that because sister wife number 2 is the one who's making the meals. And she can have that conversation with the other ones. Right. And if they all in agreement, so that's what they're going to do, whether he's fronting them money or they got side hustles or side gigs or whatever that is, right? Instagram influencers, whatever it is, the more the merrier. I hope he has 6 because if that's the truth he's living, he's living in it. I used to watch the show Big Love. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my man, Bill Paxton, right? He made it work because they all they had 3 different houses that he would go to and rotate, but the backyard was a singular yard, and everybody understood their role in the relationship, right? So polyamory is not something that's brand new. It's just more salacious, one, because when we do it, right, people of color, right, and 2, you're not. They were hiding on Big Love because it wasn't acceptable, right? Versus somebody who, when you cut on IG, you seeing all 4 of them, and then the 4th one makes news. So I'm not saying it can't work, but I think that when monogamous men and we deal with the things we deal with the one woman, we couldn't imagine those women being times 4, right?
Right, right.
But if you have 4 different women and 4 different women bring something to the table, that sometimes comes into play in somebody who has a singular thought of it not being true. Right.
Girl,
so that's where I am.
Break up all the time.
I want to point this out. That we talked about this before we took our Biden break. And so we
Love him.
A
I love
Biden
him.
break.
We
That's
took
wild.
our Biden break. That's
wild.
fantastic. Okay. I love it though.
we talked about this before, the 4 years ago.
Yeah.
He still I think he had 2 at the time, and he was walking down the street and they were holding hands, kissing, and they was asking questions like that. I mean, 4 years, 4 years later, he had 2 more. So again, what Ralph said, in 4 years he might have 6,
Right.
and who knows where the platform of OnlyFans and everything else will go, and whoever knows whatever jobs they have. I hope he writes a book where I can figure out, what I'm saying, to do the same thing,
The one thing I take from that is what Iceberg said was the openness about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you trying to hide 4 different girls, you doing it open. But I still feel like at the end of the day, it takes a unique set of women to pull that off, and that developed for.
I think he has them. That's my point.
And that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying for anybody who sees that and feel like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything new, is what I'm saying to you. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is something new that none of us have ever seen before, right? Polyamory is, I know regular people who are in a polyamorous relationship. I know people who want to be in polyamorous relationship because they don't feel like they can get what they can get from one person. I don't judge them, right? That's just how you feel. Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying it takes a unique, whoever it is, you have to be a certain kind of person to be able to accept sharing in that space.
But I would also flip back to you, it takes a unique person to be in a monogamous relationship.
True.
It's the same person. Right?
You know what?
It's the same person.
Hold on, let me throw this out there, and I just, typically when we talk about like polyamorous relationships, right, we typically think about one man and multiple women, right? Shout out to Lou Will, because Lou Will did it first.
Lou. Yes,
right?
Sir.
Right. But
like,
does your thought process change, or does your opinion change if we're talking about a woman with multiple husbands?
I've seen that. Online.
No. Mine does not. No, absolutely.
If it works for them, whatever works, whatever in life now more than ever, whatever works for you, I have no judgment on that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to date it's little kids walking around here talking about they identify as dogs. So it's like anything's a go out here. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as
I would
said
support
don't
the
do that.
second husband if he's the one who listens to all the bullshit that I don't have to listen to.
if it works, it works. If it works, it works.
Like if he's the one you talk to that motherfucker.
He don't exist.
Hey,
He don't exist. Ain't no regular dude listen to that shit.
Like fuck.
The third one's like the third one's the one you take the target. Like, you really want to go after him. Like,
The target husband.
Ask, do you want to do anything? It's a blank. Put a blank. So if I got a thing about do you wanna, so my wife would be like, do you wanna? When she says it, she can hear herself saying it in the annoying way. Do you want to go to the store? Nobody wants to actually go to a mall. Like I don't want to just be. I'm like, oh, I want to go to the mall. I might want to buy something, but I don't want to go and be crowded. And
no, right.
Hey, I said that on purpose because I knew that would trigger cool.
Hell no.
Exactly. That's like even with the kids, do y'all want to do? No, I'm not asking y'all. Listen, this is what's going to happen. That's the difference between mom and dad in my house. Mom will ask y'all, do y'all want to do? What do y'all want for dinner tonight? It's Friday. That's not what happens with me. We getting this. What y'all want?
Facts.
That's the difference. Mars, Venus, whatever. That's my shit. I'm not going to do. Listen, I'm going to McDonald's. This is what y'all getting. What do y'all want tonight for? I'm not playing these games. I'm the one cooking and paying for it. Unless you cutting the check, you don't got no say. You got only say you got is what I allow you to say. I give you.
How many pieces you want? This was coming to the table.
Look, I tell them straight up. Don't listen. Don't let mom go out of town. We having pizza tonight. I'm ordering 2 pizzas, and y'all eating pizza tomorrow too. So don't touch it for lunch. That's how that go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's how I move. See, now you talking about triggered. We were just
right. You start fighting.
You know what I'm saying? But damn, what was that? I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so let's talk about Joe Budden and Drake. Right? So Joe Budden's reaction to Drake's actual to Drake's calling him out or his bars or his diss on the album. Joe, of course, the album came out Friday. Joe records on Friday, comes out Saturday. I think Joe did the smartest thing you can do. He laughed at it. He actually said he was talking about what's my man Flip's on the other side of him. I'm not going to give you that upset rant I'm not going to help you succeed. I feel like the bars that he spit at Joe was because he knew Joe would respond, and it's going to bring traction to what he got going on because he has to find other methods to promote his album. So Joe, in the smartest way possible, laughed at it and didn't have a rant that he expected him to have, which I think was genius. Anybody else got anything on this one? Dre?
I just want to say shout out to the maturation of Joe Budden, right? Because if we're talking about 5, maybe 10 years ago, Joe Budden is going absolutely crazy because Drake said his name. Right. So I give Joe props for not falling into the trap and not jumping out the window and going crazy and giving Drake a platform. We all know, Drake kind of down bad right now. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the fights yesterday and I text the group chat like, oh man, they playing not like us in Saudi Arabia right now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Drake, if you want publicity, if you want, to turn the momentum, you're going to have to drop a fire album. Nothing short of that is going to save you. Okay? The music is the only thing that is going to save you. Not beefing with Joe Budden, not doing all of this other crazy stuff that I know is going to come down the pipeline. Hey, make a fire album, put the music out, and I'm telling you, in the microwave generation, in 4 or 5 months after that album dropped, we're not even going to care about Not Like Us.
I'm going to let somebody go real.
Make the music.
That's the point. Hold on real quick. 30 seconds. That's the point. If he would have took that loss and just went, no lawsuits, none of this stuff, and just went back to making music, this could be something we're not even talking about no more. Easily. Go ahead, Jay.
Let me just say this. Let me just reiterate what we talked about last week. Jay-Z survived Ether. Period. Make the music. Go ahead, Jay.
I just wanted to say, you say shout out to Joe Budden because his growth is really not his growth; it's really his doctor. They changed his fucking medicine. He's calmer now. This dude is not stable, right? We've seen it. We've seen him kirk out on on multiple people. So whatever the medicine is, or you know what I'm saying, it's from his wife to his, people on his podcast to other people. It's the medicine. It's not him. You know what I'm saying? He just woke up good one day because the
Jay,
stuff like that.
Jay, your bank account being better sometimes solves it all. When you're in a
I
better
mean,
financial
So,
situation, life
so,
is a whole lot more easier.
so,
I'm saying, Magic Johnson's still walking around his mug, and he had AIDS for I don't know how many years, but I'm still not gonna
Jay,
go to a party with him
how did
and
Refer to
watch
the
a
Magic?
tag in the
mosquito.
front of the show.
How did Magic make this? How did Magic just make this topic?
I'm
so,
just saying.
so,
He caught a
so,
stray.
so
What,
it's right. Like Joe Budden proverbially got ish to do tomorrow, right? He got more stuff to do tomorrow than he did even 5 years ago, and I love
Right.
it for the maturation process. So you don't know that we got shit to do tomorrow, right? So you don't get into the BS. Dre, you right. It's about the music. Every beef that's gotten out of has always been about the music. I flippantly have said in smaller circles or some other places, all you gotta do is make another God's plan or whatever, right? Like, so if you could just get to the music, it's gonna cure itself. That and the irony, and it wasn't even meant to be a pivot, but like 50 Cent been talking about Joe and all of that. But the 50 Cent Rick Ross beef, Rick Ross throw the blow, they both survived because they had stuff going on after that, situation, including music beyond that. And so Ja Rule to me fell off in that beef because he stopped singing for real. He let that man trick him out of spot. And I think 50 Cent is a genius for a lot of different reasons, but he let him trick him out of spot. To me, all Ja Rule had to do was keep singing hooks
Get
still
with
because
Ashanti and
it
Lil
was
Mo and keep it moving.
get Lil Mo stop. Nah, I mean, recipe very guy. We talk about that, but like when it's also kind of steeped in trying to block other people's blessings and all that whole nine, that might be where you go wrong with it, But like to me, get Lil Mo, go getting them hooks or whatever. Keep writing, keep doing the same thing you was doing, and it would have worked out. You never had even 50 Cent admitted he's kind of like New York. When Fat Joe and Jadakiss and all that was on there, it was a kind of a banger. So, he that's it. It's about the music. Ultimately, if he could just get Drake, just get back to the music, he can get out all the extracurricular. Is just that, like make some fire music. The summer be yours again, if you so choose. To me,
I think he's in a downward spiral. And if the world don't know, Joe Budden is my second favorite rapper of all time. And I've been a fan of the podcast for the entire 10 years. And shout out to them for doing 10 years because that's incredible on so many levels. And him being a forward thinker in whatever media game, stepping out of rap and really deciding to ultimately retire. I think that Drake attacking Joe was probably the lamest shit Drake done did. More lamer than the goddamn lawsuit, right? Because you didn't have nothing else better to do. He's in Australia. We'll post a picture of Joe, right? And he ain't been talking about you. And he did what he did the other day. And the cool thing was like, oh, well, he might have been talking about Flip because she's sitting next to two dudes. But he was 100% talking about Joe. Them saying it was Flip was just fodder. But why? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why? People don't realize that Joe got 3 diss songs about Drake. You know what I'm saying? 3 of them. 3 of them went out there to the world because he said something about him. Pump it up. Something, your career, mine, you mad because mine turned in what yours almost was. He said that on a goddamn French Montana song. Drake did. So he's been attacking Joe for forever. And because you couldn't goddamn beat the final boss, you went back to goddamn on stage 1 and tried to beat up on somebody. It's like, I can't beat GTA 6, but I can beat Mario 3. Ha! Right. I'm the greatest gamer ever. No, get the fuck out of here. Right? So Joe did exactly what he's supposed to do. Ignore that shit, big it up, and move it on. I thought they was going to talk about it for at least an hour and a half. Right? They've been clowning Melissa more than anything. He sent flowers to the podcast.
Who did? Drake?
Drake, yeah.
He sent them flowers?
And Canada Dry ginger ale.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have missed that episode. Is that we'll talk.
But that's what I'm saying. Dog, you lame as fuck right now. And I don't know how he get back to the music. That's something sexy for the ladies, whatever. Mid. Give me a hug. Okay. Still ain't what I want to hear. You ain't doing nothing. You just swinging at the fucking air, throwing shoes at drones in Australia. Knock it off.
He
Get
like
in the
Trey in
fucking
that room.
studio.
He like Trey in that room when he went to go see Nia
Yeah,
Long.
right. Exactly. You just, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. You a corny ass dude who sued somebody because you lost a rap beef, and 6 songs before that you was talking about people suing, and you did the same thing. Everything that you didn't benefit from, you gonna sue somebody else. And Dre, I think you're wrong, bro. That shit gonna live on for a while, because guess what? Kendrick and SZA are on tour, and every night that whole arena. I mean, they're not even doing arena, they doing stadiums. I apologize.
Bro.
That whole stadium is going to be chanting "Not Like Us" in A minor, and we're going to see it.
Bro,
We're going to see it all the way to summer.
When I realized that the A minor part had a whole hand sign, like a gang sign, people is doing like this, A minor, and they bringing this shit together.
Yo, and the crazy part is,
and they white, and I was like, oh, this about to be. This ain't even culture no more. They doing shit like a.
the white folks running with it.
They did not like us at a soccer game the other day with like the paper joints. Like, bro, it's a colloquialism, not like us now. It's a whole thing. This shit ain't never going away.
What's my man's name? What's the big white boy name? The comedian boy.
Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. Yeah, they sung it. They sung it on the SNL 50 last weekend.
Then another thing, the bar wasn't even didn't even go with the song. It was such a stretch to just make sure you said something about him.
They killed but when they said
and let's not forget that Clips album is coming, and Kendrick's on that Clips album, so we might have a whole new thing going on. You know, Pusha,
he definitely gonna say something.
Come on,
100%. This is not over. It's the furthest thing from over.
Yeah.
Australia is probably the best thing that Drake could do. Honestly.
You need to stay there.
It's almost as far as you can get away from what the madness was in the United States, around the world. You had to go to literally the 180th degree to get away from it.
Did he burn his creative, like the creative bridges that he's used to flourish? Is that like a real thing? Is it burnt out? Can he not get new hits? Because he does a good job at
he's not going to get the
sound. And people not caring.
I think he's not like us, honestly, right? Like I literally feel that way, and I say that as one of the biggest Drake fans ever. Like he's not like us. The stuff that he's doing, the thing he's trying to pull off, people are gonna start separating yourself from you. But we won't notice the fall off because he's so far above everybody else. Like he could legacy tour for the rest of his life and make, you know what I'm saying, a cool beat. It's $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
He's destroying what put him there.
Destroy. You said destroying. Right. You mean in the process. Destroy. Past tense. It's over.
Everything.
It's over.
I don't think what we've seen of him, I think he can put out, I think he can make good music, but I don't think he's peaked. I don't think we won Summer Jamie Jam away from it being back to where it was, and everybody forgets. Because you had what you had behind you. You was a tsunami.
You think it'll never be the same then?
I don't think it'll ever be the same for him, and I also don't think it'll ever be the same for Ye. But I honestly think Ye is more talented than Drake, so he has a better chance.
Whose crash out was worse, Ye or Drake's?
Ye.
Ye done had several crash outs, so
he's crashing still. He crashed out.
He booked the whole stadium and fooled how many people saying this is my CD, and they all prepaid for it, and it was a nothing.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. I think we need Ye to go talk to Joe Budden's doctor to get his prescription level right.
So now you agree.
So we could get back to the old Kanye, because I miss the old Kanye.
What's the old Kanye?
I miss Kanye with like polo shirts and a backpack. Like I need
Dropout.
To get. I can't. He'll never get back to College Dropout. But I mean, can I at least get the graduation? Can I at least get there? At this point, with the way that Kanye is crashing out, I'll even take Kanye. You know what I'm saying, with the shag. You know what I'm saying? Like
the nonsensical part. Like I believe in. I think he has his genius too, and I think everything he's done has got some kind of shine, even if it was later on. Kanye, not every musical project hit. Some of it fall flat. So it seemed like whatever zone or space he be in, some of that music content came out of that space. And I do wish, right, we had some succinct, clear, not so left field. And then I wish that his true stand on knowledge points, because it'd be sprinkled in there, was minus the hyper, sensitive. I don't care. Like you can, but like I don't agree with just putting certain stuff on there for the sake of having it without zero relatability, zero context, looking like you agreeing with somebody that regular thinkers wouldn't even have empathy for, just because how bad you might have did somebody in general. So like he loses me when it gets to be some of those moments of nonsensical talk and the over the top and talking about a specific group. You could even like do your normal critique. You don't got to be over the top, with it. It's plenty of normal critique stuff and just be creative. Listen, I think and I know we not to get too far off, but I think it's a great idea that this dude got a vision for $20 merchandise on his page. We don't know that since Shaq made Shaq shoes, right? And niggas ain't buy that for real, right? So like I think that's a good thing, but like it hurt if you can't sell stuff because you're talking crazy, and then the people decide to pull your supply chain, whether it be from the website or wherever, So you got to temper that whole mentality. Now you break free. It's okay to not be scared, to be a free thinker, and to even to talk unafraid like nobody has before. But you're still working in the context of capitalism and money making. You don't live on some free range farm tending your own land, bro. Like, so which one is it? And so that's part of what I miss. I'll take the elevation and creativity, but it's the nonsensical stuff that sometimes where the music fall flat or the antics fall flat or whatever you got going on that it loses me, from too. So
he crashed out on Dave Portnoy yesterday with a swastika T-shirt on.
Oh, yeah,
yesterday, like dog. You know how many people was hurt behind that symbol? Yeah, I understand it means different things. Yeah, I understand it exists way before, that nationalism, Nazi stuff, and they stole it actually.
Right.
But what it now stands for and what it actually means to the masses in the world just don't line up. You can't reappropriate it now and say something without offending millions and millions of people and maybe even billions of people, honestly. Right? It's just a lot of people that's offended. Like, I looked at it like, ugh. Like, I watched to see what he was saying and looked at the shirt and I cringed. I was like, and I'm the furthest thing from Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
right. Because the heart in you, like, when I say this is where brothers talking ish to me. We just some brothers. To me, it's like a regular man's thinking. Yep. Now, it's almost like by being a regular man and thinking, we don't think as a collective. We got different opinions, but like, and it's not. It's like, you could be strong, but like when you put that out there, you detract away. You take away from your message almost. That's what the cringy part. You got a heart. Right, so you wouldn't want to just be offensive for offensive sake, even if it means being first in somebody's algorithm to sell $20 T-shirts. That's where you lose me, right? Because again, you can have a principle. The point you made about that they appropriated this symbol, right? And that the symbol exists, for thousands of years in different cultures, in different skin tones for benevolence and good stuff. But you know what it is now, and we live in a society now. So why? Is it to make money? Is it to make a point? Either way, it falls flat. Again, in the regular, I care, so I wouldn't care to offend, hundreds of thousands or millions or billions for all we know, for the sake of offense. I don't understand that, and I ain't mean to get too far off, but
no, you good, cool.
And I've gotten to the point with Kanye where, like, literally, as soon as I see Kanye's face, as soon as I see him on, X, or I see him on any social media platform, I'm immediately waiting on the sales pitch. Kanye, what are you trying to sell us? Is it shoes? Is it T-shirts? Like, it's kind of disappointing to think that one of the greatest music producers, of an entire generation right, is now he's reverted back to just being a sideshow act, and I feel like he's trying to sell me something every time I see him. But that's a
Right. Like,
sad thing to think about.
where's the
Mm-hmm.
sincerity? Like, what's sincere in what you're saying, or is it just all for the
Point.
greater gain of whatever it is you're trying to sell?
He's an attention whore.
Mm.
Yeah.
Facts,
That's what it comes
Facts.
down to. He's
Yeah.
an attention whore. Drake and Kendrick been getting a little too much shine.
Right.
So
What about me?
about me,
He
right?
is a what about me face
What
ass.
about me?
Damn.
Damn, yeah.
What about me? Face said. Let's lose this episode. All right. Now the Delta. Remember that Delta plane that I think the one that flipped upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Delta plane crash survivors offer 30K, no strings attached. You accepting that, Jay?
Nah.
Cool. Oh no, you
Yeah.
had more, Jay? Go. You
Yeah, you gonna have to sweeten that deal. Any Delta flight for the rest of my life, either free or half off, including snacks and alcohol. I need, you know what I'm saying? I need something more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You gotta sweeten the
you
deal. You gotta sweeten the pot, Jay.
you gotta sweeten that pot for me because I don't mind, and luggage. I need my luggage free. So, that's the most important things when you flying. So, 30K ain't enough. Again, that's a traumatic event, right? To be flying, it lands and flips over. That's not normal. Even though there has been 92 events in 2025 of airline accidents, but I'm gonna let somebody go.
Cool.
No, it's just not. It don't seem like enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not enough, but it don't seem like enough for whatever trauma they going through and whatever how hot they came. If they had came out and said 300,000, that's gonna give somebody something to think about, right?
Right.
But like whoever could probably afford a $1,000 plane ticket or whatever they are, wherever you was going probably ain't saying, all right, I'm good for being landing upside down for 30K. No strings attached don't seem right. Because you don't know, you don't know how you're gonna feel.
Right. It just happened.
Emotional distress associated with that.
Right.
I'm not even entertaining $30,000. If you're offering me $30,000, that means my trauma is worth at least $3 million. No, I'm going to get me a lawyer and I'm suing you for $3 million. I'm not taking 30K. I'm not even entertaining that.
Oh, there were lawyers on the tarmac waiting. Oh, they were out there waiting.
Bro,
Here's my coffee.
I'm not even entertaining 30K. No.
Iceberg.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so the 30K was just take something, right? It did not say once you take the 30K that you couldn't sue or go seek some different damages. That was a bunch of people sitting at a board table and had a number and divided it by the number of people on the plane that did not work for Delta, and that's how it came out to be 30K. They know better. Right? Like this is going to cost them a pretty penny. And by this is going to cost them a pretty penny, it's going to cost all of us who fly Delta a pretty penny. Right? The consumer pays for all of these things. So that quick $200 flight that you think you're going to take from, the Northeast to Atlanta is going to cost you $250, $300 for the foreseeable future in years. I don't know how they could have actually prevented it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Is it the airline's fault? Is it the airport's fault? You know what I'm saying? That they had the de-icers out there? Did they clear the path for the runway? The first thing I saw, they blamed it on Donald Trump. Like it was insane what was happening. Like the blessing in it that everybody got out safe. Right. You know what I'm saying? Thank God you didn't ask for more than 30K is really where I land on it. Pun intended. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, man, yeah, my lawyer would have had to tell me not to take the 30K to fix my situation tomorrow, or I'd have took the 30K to pay him to get that 3 million that Dre was talking about with less friction. Right, here's my retainer, dog. Right, and we're gonna make them pay for the legal fees, and I'm gonna get it back. So you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be cutting some really, really nice checks in the very foreseeable future. And the plan as a corporate person is try to divide and conquer, let everybody kind of negotiate separately. But if there's 3 smart people on the plane, you won't let that happen. I would not let them sit us all in different rooms if we was on that plane. Nah, dogs. If we going to decide it's 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 million, you get a 50, you get a 50, you get a 50.
Right,
That's where I
right,
am
right.
with it.
Because
Yeah.
they going.
This is feeling very class action lawsuit.
Oh, yeah, this is easy. Easy money. There's
Yeah.
no winning for Delta, right? Like you just gonna have to cut the check, right? And like I said, that's what I'm saying. You want to put everybody in separate rooms, right? But they could
And hope
all
somebody,
lawyer up
but somebody,
together.
what you want, and they go low, and you be like, all right, we saved here.
That's
All right, we
Right.
saved there.
Yeah.
They ain't got no
What was
whole
the
lot of leverage. That jump was
None.
on.
That's what I'm saying. Zero
on
leverage. Yeah.
Somebody had that cell phone video of it crashing and flipping upside down.
They got a cell phone video of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't watching no shit like that. I'm not watching no shit like that.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
joint, the tail hook into the ground, and the motherfucker flip over.
You see it when it's in the air. They got the video. They got it coming to land.
They got it coming landing.
Yeah.
Landing in.
That's
And
wild.
then hit.
Hitting
I
on the
need
wing.
listen. I
flipping
got
over.
trauma. If
Yeah.
if I did the video, I got trauma. I need to
Yeah,
check too.
yeah, motherfucker out there like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this shit happening. Like
Right.
on the tarmac. This shit crazy, yo. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I need that 30,000 ain't gonna do it. But I mean, I guess so. It basically saying what is a good gesture or like
Yeah.
hey, work with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you 30,000.
It's that 30,000 is here. Take that so you won't go get a lawyer or you can feel comfortable.
No. There's no smart person who thinks that the 30,000 is going to be it. There's nobody on that board that says, "Yeah, man, we're gonna get out of this."
So
one
if you turn it down, you just turn it down 30,000.
no,
that 30
I would
can
get
get
more
you
than 30,000 if I got stuck on a fucking toilet on a Delta flight. You understand that? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm just saying that can hold you over to everything.
A
I'm saying if
broken
you're second,
pin
it's
in the
not like you
seat
can't.
that fucking pinch my ass pause would get me more than 30,000. We
Right,
like
but
we
I'm saying
didn't
that
talk about
30,000
it.
is just to sit back here and say until we figure things out.
No, I don't think
No.
so. No,
No.
absolutely not. Yeah.
I think it's either take this 30 and be quiet or
No. No one thinks that, bro. Yeah, no. God no.
But I feel like those corporate lawyers, if you take that $30,000, those corporate lawyers are going to finesse that into you settled. That's what they're going to parlay that into.
that's what I'm meaning.
Is you took a settlement. So that's why I said I'm not even entertaining it. Don't call my lawyer's office. Don't call me. Don't at me. I'm going straight to my lawyer's office and we going to court. I'm calling all of y'all and we gonna figure out how we gonna file this class action lawsuit. Point blank period.
Right. All right, we didn't talk about the All-Star game last week. We potted before the All-Star game, right?
Yeah, we potted before it.
Oh.
How y'all feel about the All-Star game? I'm gonna start. First of all, I'm not as upset as I was before, but as far as Draymond Green, I just really, to me, I think I said this before, and I've been saying this for the last couple weeks. The All-Star game, no matter what sentiments you put on, no matter, it takes the players first. And to me, to hear Draymond Green sit back here and say, "Oh, this is BS," or the rookie shouldn't be playing on this Sunday, and I had to work so hard to get here. When I finally got here and I didn't play, it sounds crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, what really needs to happen, where it starts with the players. I seen Brandon Haywood come out and say the All-Star game, if you notice, fell off since Kobe Bryant wasn't a part of it anymore. And the thing that I've continued to say is, as much as LeBron James has achieved as far as his career, this is one of the things that him, KD, and Steph are responsible for and haven't succeeded at, because they didn't continue that tradition of whatever it took to put on that show to make this an event worth watching. They haven't did that as the leaders of the league. The guys talk to when you watch stuff when they talk about the Olympic, and we're gonna talk about that in a few seconds. The Olympic Netflix series that's out here. Those are the guys that cats talk about, instant Hall of Famers. It's your responsibility to not only, that's part of your responsibility when y'all took over the league, to make sure that we keep this exciting. We keep this weekend what this weekend has been. And y'all have felt in that aspect of succeeding in that. And I hold LeBron, I hold KD, and I hold Steph responsible for not making sure we kept this how it needed to be what it's been in the past. Jay, what you got?
It's I agree with you. The league and the hires have focused more on the commercials and entertainment and everything else like that. It's not, All-Star Week was, when that game came on, you wanted to see things, but at the same time, it was competition. The All-Star game was 33 minutes, and everything else was 2 hours. You had 2 hours of commercials. Um, I want to see something. I want to see something. You can always add to, right? And so let's add a different event. Let's add something else. But I agree with you that these leaders need to step up. CP3, all these, whoever the president of the league is right now. But it was very boring. It was. I fell asleep honestly to it because it wasn't anything. Excuse me, it wasn't anything to it. So something has to be done for the future of these All Star games.
Well, real quick, I'm about to go to cool. But to me, that's the players, y'all have the money, y'all make the money y'all make. It's your job to on the floor handle your business on the floor. If I'm the guys, the other guys who are in charge as far as the what's the main man name? Oh, the what's the term, fellas, I'm looking for?
Commissioner,
Say it again. Say it again.
commissioner.
The commissioner, my job is to do the other things. Your job is to making $50 million a year, make sure the product that we have is basketball that people want to see. That's your job. So it's my job to, yes, y'all got guaranteed money. Y'all making guaranteed money. Y'all getting all this bread. And all we see now is players not showing up not performing at the All-Star game, players not playing games, and all these different things and not showing up in that aspect of things. So if I'm the commissioner and them guys, I might be thinking about when we go on the next time we go into negotiations, not having guaranteed money or switching some things up because we gave y'all a whole lot and y'all not holding up your end of the bargain. Go ahead, cool.
I want to talk before you go, cool. I think the most entertaining thing we had, you said Kobe, we had this All Star was Sabrina versus Steph, right? So everyone tuned to watch that, right? So let's do Sabrina versus Steph versus Caitlin or another player, whoever, that's a 3-point shooter. Let's start interacting and bringing maybe some of these WNBA players over here to, maybe let's do a co-ed game aside, the All Star game. You know what I mean? Like let's make two All Star games, co-ed. Let's make a all men one. So
What you got, cool?
Yeah. It's tough because as a consumer, right? I really haven't watched All-Star games, whether it be like NFL in the Pro Bowl or NBA in the All-Star, in a while, right? Like some years, if I'm being, frank about it. I do believe that if you just go to the old uniforms, East, West, nobody want to see all the gimmicky stuff, man. If you just had people playing hard and not like having Olay defense and all this other kind of stuff, to me it seems doable. But I'm not certain. I think it's a bigger problem, right? And I think the bigger problem with the NBA is that bigger problem. Like whatever the ratings are, like I don't know the players the same, right? I don't know which channel just to watch the game no more, right? Because it's on several different things and over the place. I still think the West Coast games get a late start time. I guess I get it, but like it's hard to get invested with about half of the league sometimes. A LeBron James fan, you're a Lakers fan, so it's late. I ain't getting it. I'm getting the replay. The All-Star NBA used to be about the ancillary things around it too. The dunk contest was a thing. The 3-point contest was a thing, right? If we being honest, I think they could do a thing. I saw as many highlights. I watched as many highlights of the dunk contest as I saw like the one-on-one, like the WNBA or the girls going one-on-one. They might can do something with a one-on-one tournament in the NBA if some higher ups kind of got down with something like that. But I'm not sure it's one single thing. They could start by playing hard, but like how do you incentivize that too when they already allowing them to not play back-to-backs and do load management, and it's just a different league than them snatching people out the air a decade or so ago, going to the lane. And so I think all of that comes into play. The last point is it's a lot of names I flat out don't know. As a absolute consumer of the commercials with Bird and Jordan, living through the Jordan. I'm sorry, Bird and Magic, the Converse joint, them pitting them together, living through the Michael Jordan years, seeing that elevation, being able to attach to somebody like LeBron as a fan from high school, and then be able to ride that wave for 20 years. Steph, KD, all the it's over with past that. I know they trying to sell me on some of these young guys. I don't know these dudes. And to have these dudes making $300 million that I don't even know their name or their story, I don't think that's a sustainable league, as is either, man. Your point about and I hate to act like I'm attacking somebody's money, but these games cost a lot of money for your player, maybe not to show, and you might not even know the damn team. I'd be pissed off if people like Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole was the best people on the team that I went to root for or see or been in the hometown team. I have zero incentive to go want to watch them at all. So I think the contract's too high, the cost too high, and they living off of the old glory, and they ain't really got nobody to keep continue to mantle,
Right?
So I agree with Cool. The NBA is in trouble. All-Star Weekend, has completely fallen off. And I do blame a lot of that on LeBron James and the people that are considered the face of the league, right? It is your job as the face of the league to, carry on the mantle behind the Magic Johnsons and the Michael Jordans and the Kobe Bryants and all of that. And they haven't done a good job. I think coupled with that, though, there's the issue of, we're still in the AAU era of the NBA where these guys have known each other since they're 10 years old, right? So now they go out there on All-Star Weekend, and now it's, instead of it being a pickup game like they do in the summertime, it's just us going out there and, going through the motions of acting like we're playing a basketball game. In recent history, the best All-Star game that I can think of was the Kobe tribute game. So I think if you're going to, play around with the format, that's probably the best format where each quarter, has money that goes to charity. So you can actually get some kind of competitive basketball throughout the game. And then, the winner of the game gets more money for their charity or whatever the case may be. But they have to make the All-Star game count for something. If you look at baseball, and I'm no baseball expert, but I believe baseball has it to where whoever wins the All-Star game has home field advantage during the World Series. So if you do something like that in basketball, then in the NBA, then I think, that may help with the competitive nature of it, because if I'm on the Boston Celtics or I'm on, the Denver Nuggets, I'm trying to win this game because I legitimately can be in the NBA Finals this year. So they have to do something, but the NBA is in trouble because if LeBron James decides, this is my last year and I'm going to retire, who is the face of the NBA next year? Who is it? Because I don't even know who these people are. I don't know who these guys are. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? But he's he got a gun problem. So who is the face of the league? And I'm just gonna be real. I love Ant Edwards. I love, his competitive nature. But the truth of the matter is, I don't believe they believe in his marketability enough to make him the face of the league. So when LeBron James hangs up his sneakers, who is the face of the league? The NBA is in trouble.
Yeah, and that it really is. And so somebody else said it best. It was LeBron has been in this thing 20 plus years. So no matter what, there's some people that no matter how great he's been, are hypercritical of him, so he could do no better, and still the ghosts of Jordan and LeBron rings out. So think of the next face. They man, you're gonna be fighting up against a 40-year-old history trying to say the next face supposed to do this, do that, and do it. You can't anoint a face, respectfully. You can't anoint it. So even saying Wemby was it, you can't anoint him. Look, you see how hard it is just to stay healthy and some shit like this. Now do that 18 more years, bro. See how that feels. It's easy to say, hard to do. I think Ant too raw, and I think Minnesota. I think Ja too gun, and I think where he at Memphis. You need a major metropolitan, place. No disrespect to Memphis, because I know that's a real place, but like culturally, but like we talking about NBA real, right? Ja and the Lakers uniform. You need like Sorrell already said, you need some extra elevation. You gotta get them up out of the small marketplaces, even to try to make them, the face. It ain't gonna be easy though.
Iceberg.
Yeah, so Dre and Cool definitely said all the points that I was feeling and kind of like salivate and pause to kind of get out there. So I appreciate that, and I'm not crazy. I've been arguing the whole year that the NBA is trash and they're going to have a bigger problem, right? All of the international players and not having an American-born face of the league is really going to be to their detriment. I'm at the point this year I'm just going to skip it next year, right? Like I skipped the Pro Bowl for like the first time ever this year. I'm just saying, right? So, because all the answers, I don't care about the little games, the tug of war, the flag football. Nobody watches football to watch flag football. So, I don't understand why the leagues don't just bury it, right? It's like y'all can't give it up. NBA All-Star Weekend used to be a whole thing. I don't even care that it fell on Valentine's Day. So what? Right, All-Star Friday night where you had the celebrity game, you had real celebrities, but you got stuff out here that, these kids from the internet streaming era out there doing their thing. Skipped it. Saturday night, the skills competition was absolutely trash. You had a team get disqualified because they did not respect the essence of the game. They didn't want to take shots. They just started picking balls up and throwing. I didn't even know what it was. And that was Wemby's idea. So every time somebody tries to put Wembyana on this pedestal, it's insane to me, right? Wembyana, my man Rudy Gobert, French, fuck out of here. If you ever been to France, they're not that great of a people. They're not nice. Right, so there's no part of me that wants to see Wembyana be the face of the league. He's 7'5". He's supposed to be good, right? Like he's supposed to block shots. That's what I expect the motherfucker to do at 7'5". Kevin Hart, you're not funny. All the stuff they did for Chuck and Shaq and Eddie and all them. I love Mr. Beast. They had a phenomenal show. The Beast Games. If you have not watched it, you should. 10 episodes of greatness. But I don't want to hear him screaming in the dude's ear when he's trying to take a half-court shot. Dame Lillard had to push his ass back, like, get the fuck out his ear. Let him shoot the damn shot. He would have made 10-0 if he went like, oh, you gonna make it? You gonna make it? Back the fuck up. That whole shit was corny. There's no saving it. Like, fuck out of here. There's no saving it. LeBron James, I love you. You're a Laker. You're a champion. It's your fault. Your ass should have jumped in the dunk contest. How does Mac McClung become a 3-time dunk contest person who got that going to earn more money in dunk contest than he's made in his entire NBA career? Right? He's almost like the Olympics. You see Simone Biles for 7 weeks of the year, and then she vanishes for 3.5 years, and then you see the track stars, and you know what I'm saying? You see them for 7 months because they want to get the marketing dollars up, and the Shikaris, and you see the cool commercial, and you won't hear nothing else about them. Bury that shit. It's worth absolutely nothing but time and money that you're just trying to pour into the city. Fine. But we can probably do without it because it means nothing. There is no format to save it. There is none. There is no new face. LeBron has 2 years max, and that's healthy. That's it. Steph, maybe 4. 5 max. KD, he don't give a fuck. He high right now. Like, he don't give 2 fucks. After that, none of it matters. Anthony Edwards, too immature. Ja Morant, don't know how to get it together, right? I don't know what's up with Jason Tatum.
He don't got enough personality.
I don't know what's up. He don't talk enough, right? Like
Paul George on the beach.
Paul George, old as hell. Don't even say
Paul George.
Right?
No to Paul George.
Yeah, it's over, yo. And like I said, they better hope Cooper Flag has some charisma about him. But
they got to put him in the right spot.
But where he gonna go?
Bro,
that's my point.
It's so bad. Cooper Flag might be the best shot they got.
The savior of the league, the great white hype.
He ain't in the league. Now,
he might be their Caitlin Clark.
If he could do a portion of what I've seen the highlight show, I'm with it. Listen, I don't mean to go tangent on you, but like, I've watched more WNBA and women's college.
I can't wait to WNBA
than I've ever watched in my whole life.
I've been saying this for years.
That synergy that they had with some little villain, Angel Reese, definitely hero, kind of pitting it, Caitlin Clark. But like, yo, That's a thing, right? So if Cooper Flag could even be, Cooper Flag ain't Christian Laettner coming out.
Right.
To be, he looked different, right?
Yep.
So if they could do something, I'll take that over. I don't even know who these people are. Respect, and I just go off because I'm not spending all this money to be seeing somebody I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like how Sabrina Ionescu, like they wanted to do it, but they wanted Caitlyn to be a part of it. She didn't want to do it because she wanted her first 3-point thing to be during the WNBA. So I kind of respect that part of it from that. But I think that her doing the NBA All-Star Weekend would have brought so much more attention to the WNBA. So I'm mad and not mad. She's right and wrong simultaneously, right? So that's why the Steph and Sabrina thing got spoiled, because it was going to be Sabrina and Caitlyn versus Steph. And I think they said Clay or even Dame, which would have been really good. You know what I'm saying? Must see TV. And then whoever wins that, you know what I'm saying? You say, let's take it to the WNBA All-Star Weekend and let's run it back, right? But who's the people in the marketing room? And maybe that came up or maybe it didn't and it should have, right? But you just like most of the WNBA teams y'all do know are owned by NBA owners. Y'all know that, right?
Or NBA players now too.
I'm just saying, like most of the owners own the WNBA teams. Right. So like it just doesn't make sense when the brands should have that synergy. And rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, because I think he would have been a major part of that. So not only did we just lose a good human being, we lost an ambassador to the sport, right? Somebody who gets in their ear, right? I watched the Craig Sager trying to press Melo. He can't talk. I'm his lawyer, right? Like I watched that video the other day. You lose something when you lose that true alpha. I watched Kobe D up LeBron and peck his shit out of the 3-point line at the NBA All-Star game. We haven't seen that energy.
We seen D Wade break his nose because he was fouling him the whole game.
We haven't seen that energy. Right. Yeah, we ain't got that on seen that energy since, and it ain't coming back, bro. It's Bron's fault.
I mean, he took down in the USA game. He took down his teammate, Gasol.
He ran through Paul Gasol. They couldn't believe it. He told everybody, first play, he's going to do this. I'm going to run straight to his chest. No, you're not. That's what they said. A bunch of grown-ass men didn't believe the true alpha of the NBA. Yeah, we lost.
When he did it, they said like, ooh.
It's something to be said about what Cool said. And I think the problem is these young cats are benefiting off of the back of the guys who put that work in. The KGs, the Paul Pierce, them guys who put that work in and got it to the point. But the problem is these guys are coming into the league 20 years old, and by the time they're 23, they're getting $250 million. And then it's over. You're not telling them nothing no more after that. And it's sad to say, because at the end of the day, like, you don't want to count nobody bread or that even be the topic of the conversation, but it got to be addressed.
But that comes from viewership, man. That comes from TV deals. And when, like I said, MLB just lost their shit. They just lost $550. MLB from ESPN. They're not re-upping. Yeah. Like, that just happened. Because nobody's watching.
So if y'all don't get it right, this can go away.
They're going to lose this.
They don't care about that because it's not about them, Flush.
But see, that sounds like, and I don't want to be the older guy. It sounds
like
a lot of
it's the truth.
When you talk about hip hop and you talk about just people of that generation where we don't care about none of that y'all did. But you don't have what you got without that.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to acknowledge that. When you got and I don't like Charles Barkley all the time, but Charles Barkley walk up to Bill Russell and say, "Hi, Mr. Russell."
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They walk up and that's now y'all about to have me on a tangent, because end of the day, when I'm at work and it's somebody 70 years old and I'm 42 years old and I call him Mr. Whatever, but then a 25-year-old call him by his first name. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The respect thing in this, and I'm not trying to be the guy who grind up this generation, but it is what it is.
It's going to matter, bro.
It's a lady 15 years older than me. I still call her Miss, and y'all running around here 25 years old and 18 years old calling her by her first name. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? What y'all got and the benefits that y'all have, you don't got in the league without the sweat. You don't got to like what Shaq say all the time. But Shaq is the reason why you there. Right. Period. You don't get that without Shaq.
It's true. And you don't want to sound like no old, like you said, the bitter old man, but like when they talk about the Rudy Goberts and them kind of contracts and stuff and what they doing, they right, man. They right, because those big contracts lead to concessions and parking and ticket prices that detract from going, I gotta, you can have an 80-inch TV in my house and I'm not paying $300 to go to no game. to see whoever, if I can see it on this TV.
You can watch
what
the
I'm
Apple Vision Pro
Hey, cool.
like a tabletop joint.
Yo,
like
3 years ago for Christmas, my wife got me tickets to the Lakers versus the Sixers. Never seen the Lakers live before. Like never seen the Lakers live before. Day before they on the back to back, LeBron don't play. I never seen Bron live. That night, I don't get to see Bron
Yeah, it's messed up.
on the back to back. It wasn't. Oh, he got hurt the night before. He ain't
But
play.
again, Kobe made that point.
You get what I'm
Look,
saying? We got you. You said Paul George. Paul George was out with a hurt finger. Kobe played with a broke finger.
he
What
played
are we
with a
talking
torn,
about?
Free throws with
How
a
much
torn
money Paul George is
ACL.
he played with he tore his leg.
No, it was Achilles. He popped his Achilles. That was his Achilles that popped. Yeah.
$50 million a year, dog.
Went to the free throw line and walked off the court. Walked.
Shout out to Klay Thompson, who tried to play with a torn Achilles in the finals. It's some real ones out there, though. It's some real ones out there. And end of the day, I think Ant got the personality to be the face of the league. And as much as every other commercial, main man on TV.
Bro, he can't because of all this stuff that he got going on with these women in his life.
That's the only thing.
Those ad dollars matter, bro. Like, that's a huge thing. It's not the only. That is the thing.
But he got But the one thing I give him over a lot of these guys, though, he going at next. Let's talk about the whole thing with Barack. When he said to Barack, like he got at least he got the heart. I get what you're saying, and that's important. We can't downplay what you're saying. Yes, he need to get his personal life together because at the end of the day, well, shit. If Michael Jordan lived in these times, Michael Jordan was just
that's kind of the point, though. That's kind of the point. Michael Jordan being in Vegas or taking these flights would have definitely been on Instagram. Right?
Michael Jordan wouldn't have been able to be Michael Jordan in these days of time.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta respect LeBron for the fact that he
You gotta respect LeBron for that situation.
You gotta respect LeBron for the fact he survived this.
He's
been
unscathed.
When it was nothing to how big it is now. So Ant, and the baby mother, hey, I don't care. I'm not really finna give you $100 million contract on that. And I'm
$100 million is light work, cool.
It ain't judging.
350. We talking 350 for 4 years now.
See, I don't know.
We talking big money.
You can't be on there like abort the baby, bitch. I don't know if he said that, but he said something close to it.
Might as well. Close enough. Yeah.
And because we be saying like you can't be that dude, and then like 15, 20 years from now, your son might be so and so Edwards. Right, and you come Ant-Man Jr., you ain't rock with him from birth. It's just ugly. Sometimes that's what I think.
These old messages or old stuff that people put out 15 years ago is popping up, and what's going to stop that from happening? This stuff ain't going nowhere. This stuff is cemented. So that kid is going to have to live in that space forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Period.
They ain't want you.
Kanye kids got to live in the whole. What he say? My wife became famous off of what? What he said?
Whole movie.
Right. They had to live in that. All right, we got some quick takes, fellas. I know we ain't covered everything, but I think we covered the most important stuff. How old is too old to wear Jordans? I'm gonna start off. We came up in that era. It ain't never too old, long as you right with it. So I don't think there's an age limit on how old you can be to wear Jordans. Jay, what you got?
I don't think it's an age limit. I think it depends on which ones you wear.
Good one. Cool.
Definitely not an age limit. That's actually ridiculous because while it might seem like you're supposed to grow out of some stuff, that's the shoe of your generation. So it'd be like somebody Chuck Taylors that love them putting on Chuck Taylors because that's all they had back then. Nah, no age.
Dre.
Oh yeah, the days of being too old to wear a certain shoe, those days over with. Like it's done for. You could wear. I seen a dude yesterday, and he had to be all of 70 years old, and he had a pair of Bred 11s on. Those days over with.
Iceberg.
My uncle about to be 75 years old in December, and I seen him with some all black cap and gowns on, and he the flyest dude I know. Right? Shout out to Dita Mike. Love him. I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, no, stay fresh. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Will the Grizzlies move Ja Morant? I'm gonna start it off. The NBA is like Game of Thrones. Nobody's off the table. Anybody can get it. They move Luka, so nobody's untouchable. Iceberg.
Yes, he's out of there.
Dre?
Ja Morant is gonna move Ja Morant.
Cool.
Ja Morant should move Ja Morant. You got to go get up a little
Mm.
market if you want to make the next level.
Jay.
Yeah, Ja Morant will be a Spur.
Mm.
That's wild. Uh Lil Wayne cuts off Birdman mid-speech.
Oh, that was new
Wayne here for the
footage? I
check.
saw it. That was
Wayne for the
new.
check. And he was high as hell. He just zoned out on some high shit. Just couldn't remember the words. They were singing one of them old Hot Boy songs, and he was just like, it looked like a heroin stuck. That's how he
It was
looked.
bling bling.
Bling
It was
bling,
bling.
right. Dre.
I just pray for that brother, and I really pray that he cut them locks off because they piss me off every time I see him. Let
They
him
worse
go.
than Stevie Wonder, yo.
Let him go.
Jay.
He really looks like what the last song he was on. What was it called? Tweaker. He really looks like it now.
Cool.
I don't want it for him. I wish he just, I'm okay. I would love if the heroes just do their legacy tour stuff. Like I would pay money, to see just the legacy stuff. I don't want to see them go out like, on something or make it like if he was a Super Bowl guy, he'd be tweaking or something like that. I don't like to see none of that pray for him stuff. You know what I mean? So I
Iceberg.
pray for him.
I didn't see it. I thought it was something old, but I am now intrigued to go back, and I may have a quick take next week. So I honestly don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Fellas, average night spent on a date, like a nice date with the wife. What's the average, like a nice amount on a nice date? Let's say Valentine's Day. What's a good number spent on that night when y'all go out? Jay.
First of all, let me explain. I don't need no one telling me what I need to spend on my woman or what day I need to spend it. But if I'm going out, I'll 3 to 4 maybe.
Cool.
If you just y'all two, you at least gonna go in a couple $100. It seems like.
Dre.
I mean, it kind of depends. In my household, we've been together so long that I might not got to spend no money if we go out on a date. But I think a reasonable amount, yeah, like 200-300 is reasonable.
Iceberg.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The reason I asked that question is I was talking to some guys and they'd be like, me and the wife might we went to a spot. Three, I don't think three is too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going out, you having a good time, couple drinks, the steak, $60-$70. I can see how 2-3 can easily happen with the tip and all that. And shout out to Growth because I remember when I thought Outback Steakhouse was a good steak. I've had good steaks. Like Outback Steakhouse is not a good steak. If your steak $35, you're not having a good steak. There's nothing wrong with a $35 steak. You can cook it up, but get you an $80 steak, and
How do you
your
hook a
thoughts on steaks will
$35
go a
steak
little
up?
different.
Can I cut you real quick?
How do you hook a $35 steak up?
If it's at the house, if you buy it at the
Oh, at
market,
the house. That's a different
right,
steak.
right, right,
Oh,
right,
okay.
right,
I
right.
thought you
This is
meant
at
at
the house,
Outback.
right,
I was
right.
like, how?
No.
Hey,
You
hey,
can do it
Flush,
about
I got
that.
a quick thing for you real quick.
Okay.
How do you get just how does everyone get their steak cooked?
Oh, medium, baby.
I'm medium.
Medium,
Medium,
baby.
medium
Medium.
well.
Dre.
Medium well.
I ain't mad at you. By the time that medium well come to the table, though, it's well done. I'm just saying if the plate hot. I'm just saying
That's
I've been
that's
doing
why
this a
that's
long
why
time.
that's why I order it like that.
Right.
But
Is
it
babe a
sits
pet
under
name?
it sits under a hot plate, and so it's gonna be it's already dead. Just
Right.
get it
But the hot
medium.
plate gonna keep cooking. By the time it get to your table, if it's medium well, it's gonna be well done. It still might be a tiny bigger peanut, but it's damn near well done. If the plate hot. Dre, is babe a pet name?
Yes. And so I actually Googled this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm Mr. Hold on, let me Google that. I Googled it, and it's actually on the list of the most popular pet names. So yes, it is a pet name.
Jay,
No.
cool.
It has to be. Bay comes from babe. So if we say Bay is the new babe, then babe has to be the old babe. Yes.
I got that. Iceberg.
Definitely. Babe is 100% a pet name.
Definitely, I call my wife babe, and if I call her by a government name, she gets upset.
See?
Like the whole world will call you by your government name. Can't win, man. Black man can't win. What y'all watching? Dre, what you watching?
Right now, I'm watching that OJ Simpson documentary, and I'm kind of Behind the Curve, but now I just was started watching The Equalizer with Queen Latifah.
Which isn't bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Jay, what you watching?
I'm watching.
Besides the strippers.
I finished up Landman. And I'm watching Paradise, I believe it's called.
Good show. Good fucking show. Cool.
So I'm gonna pause my watch. Be pre-pause. Hey yo, I'm watching something called All the Queen's Men.
Pause.
Is that
good?
It's definitely pause worthy. And I ain't even debated about sharing. Huh?
Is it good?
It's not. It's like the corny kind of good. Like
it's funny.
It's not funny. It's like
no, it's not comedy, but it's funny.
Exactly. It's like better than Tubi, but it sucks you in.
Is that with Eva?
It's with Eva.
Okay,
right?
Eva Marcel, shout out.
And she playing the mess out the role though. She cuss good. You know how somebody cuss good. You know what I mean? Like they just cuss somebody out good. How you direct somebody to cuss like that? Yeah. So she do that, and I was surprised because she America's top model type action. But like it got like some male stripper theme in it, right? So dudes with their titties out, I ain't really with that. Pause. But like at least they don't go so far. You know, some of these shows like the show.
There's a lot going on.
They don't do that, so I appreciate that much. They ain't show no whole lot of gay stuff, but like you did put it in. All the Queen's Men.
Iceberg.
Yeah, I'm watching Animal Kingdom, old show that me and the Flush Man used to be on real heavy. Ellen Barkin was in it for a couple seasons. I never finished it off, got away from it, but now I'm locked in, got a season and a half left for that. And Paradise, man. Paradise is a really good show, which really brings me to my one point that I did want to discuss. Why do they order so many low episodes for black shows, right? Like Sterling K. Brown. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, right? Paradise is EP'd by Sterling K. Brown, right? We're talking about Academy Award winner. I think he got some Emmys under his belt as well for This Is Us. He was Killmonger's father on Black Panther, the young version, if you don't recall.
He was in what's the joint with my man?
American Fiction.
Good fucking movie.
Yeah, with Jeffrey Wright. Yes, sir.
Jeffrey Wright is him too.
Yeah. Jeffrey Wright played a lot of different roles. He's crazy.
What was Jeffrey Wright just in that I was just watching?
I don't know. But yeah, they ordered Paradise for 6 episodes. And then it is must-see TV. I Googled it. It said 6 episodes.
Then they on the 6 episode. No, bro, because they
Bro, I'm just telling you what the Google say. And matter if I'm gonna leave it up to Mr. Let me Google that. Drake, please.
Drake, you check that real quick.
Please check it. I'm telling you, that's what prompted me to put it down there.
I'm gonna say what I watch and then we're gonna go.
And Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast Games was 10 episodes of live action, good, clean fun for a $10 million purse, which is the largest game show winnings ever. Shout out to Mr. Beast and all the stuff that he does.
I'm watching The Pit. Pit is real good. Of course, I'm watching Paradise. What was I watching that had The Agency? That was good. I finished that. That was real good with main man who played Young Magneto. He was in that. To what you said though, to me if it gets I hate a show that go too long. Or you trying to stretch it out. You're trying to give me 10 episodes when you can really make it 8. So if you can cover that in 8 and it's good and it finished good, it ain't, to me it's not about necessarily. Sometimes you do want more. And I guess you want a show when it finishes the season to have you wanting more than to feel like it's complete or whatever like that, or for it to come back. So to me, it's more about the quality than the quantity. Did I say that right?
Yeah, for sure. But like I'm saying, they ordering these shows. They ordering these. It's not cool. So like Fire Country. I watched Fire Country. We're talking about a 23, 24 episode order per season.
Right, but that's not on. That's not. Fire Country is on ABC or something, right?
That's not what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm talking about Issa Rae's show. Insecure was a phenomenal show. We talking about 7 episodes a season, right?
But they're not on the major networks. Like if you watching the Queen Latifah joint, I'm pretty sure that's 20 some episodes a season.
Equalizer,
right?
Equalizer.
Right, but I think anybody who's watching Paradise and would watch Equalizer.
Paradise is on Hulu though, bro.
I hear what you're saying about the network. I'm talking about the content itself, right? Skip the network part of it. you pitching these shows to all the networks.
Right.
You land where you land. Right.
If you do Paradise in 20, it's over.
I'm not asking for 20 episodes. I'm talking about 6. And that's not necessarily true.
Is it 6, Dre?
So let me say this. So Paradise season 1 and season 2 were both ordered for 8 episodes.
Okay, so it's 8.
Let me say this though. To answer Rel's question, right? Let me rip the Band-Aid off. It's because they don't believe in black television. Like that's why.
But hold on.
They don't.
Let me ask you this though: is that black television? It's a lot of white people in this show. It's not a black show.
It is.
He might be the
Sterling
only
K. Brown
Some
show.
of his kids is the only black ones on the show, though. Bro.
I'm saying it's his show. That's what I'm saying. He's EP'd it. I'm not talking about the actors, bro. You're like going down to the singular point. I'm talking about people who going in the rooms and pitching these shows, and then they saying, "All right, we'll give it a trial, and we're going to give you 8 episodes."
But
it's good TV.
Talking about right now, and I see that a lot of episodes. A lot of shows we're talking about right now are that.
Or what?
But they're not black shows, though, is what he's saying.
That's what I'm trying to say, yo.
A lot of what's not black shows, Jay?
You just say a lot of the shows that are coming out are that, but they're not
what?
Are not black shows.
Are 8, but they're 8 episodes. The shows we're talking about are.
What he's saying is, so Issa Rae, Sterling, P Valley, you're only going to get.
No, okay,
you do
get that,
episodes,
you do get that with them shows, but it's other shows like Landman that was 8 episodes. There's other shows like
I'm talking about
the
shows, black shows. All right, I got it. Heard. I understand what you're saying.
I don't think it's a black thing necessarily.
Oh, yeah, you're wrong.
I don't think so.
Oh,
when you talk about a P Valley, which is a black show, all black cast, that's a black show. On Paradise, him and his kids are the only black people there.
And Pancake
Everybody else is white. I wouldn't consider that to be a black show.
Pancake Face is black.
Who's Pancake Face?
The mistress.
Oh yeah. Why would you call that? I can't wait to tell T.
Does T think the same thing?
No, she is not it. But
at all.
I don't know what the president was thinking about. Like, it's 250,000 people in this bubble.
25, bro. It's only 25,000.
25,000. I can get something popping with something better than her though. You're the president. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But we'll come back to that. Anybody got anything else we didn't cover?
Nah,
I think good.
All right, y'all. This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 172. We out
171. You're the one.
171.
Golly, dog. You got like one job.
My bad.
Damn.
All right, y'all. I love you.
I gotta clip that up. Yeah.
I love you. I gotta start practicing. I gotta get back.
I gotta tell you what.
Hold on. Shout out to Luca. Oh, Luca back too.
Just put
and I want to say this version of Luca might put 3 years on Bron's career. When you got Luca and you got AR handling the ball, and he can just go and be on the receiving end and not have to push the rock, you put years on Bron's career.
The NBA need a Lakers Celtics final. That's what the NBA
they might get it. They might set it up.
That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? We need to get that going. That's the only thing that's probably going to save the NBA.
But this is Brothers Talking Shit, episode
171. Yeah, okay.
I just said that shit.
I just want to make sure you got it right this time.
I got that shit. Jay, I know you're not laughing.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm just smiling. Yeah, I'm laughing.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, y'all. We out. Love y'all.
Yo, peace.